always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR on the 2023 Santa Fe, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
With DirecTV, you can get live TV and on demand together. Football, housewives. Football, housewives. Football, housewives.
What? The housewives are on the field. I repeat, the housewives are on the field.
Get your TV together. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to save up to $120.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 35.
Come on, Rook.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
That was my fault.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And every defensive team
That
that
was
we
my
talk
fault.
to,
Yeah, my bad.
they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge
Come
way. They got the
on.
football back 4 times in the win.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Lock exits on 4th down as Seattle sends out Jason Myers. From the right hash, this from 48. Myers' kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Against the run, and they were good week 3 when they played each other. And then Jalen Hurts just had his way throwing the football. They just haven't had the ball enough to really get into any kind of groove either way. Hurts pulls it down. Chase, and just has to get rid of it. 3 Commanders players were coming after him, including Deron Payne and James Smith-Williams. 3rd down and 6. They got the pressure then coming off the edge. And Jalen.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 24. On play action, Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Niners are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 27-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 49 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. He wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and it almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand. Really good backhand.
Get some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Block going to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
They ain't calling me the Roaches? Damn, why you calling them Roaches?
Second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Not the 5-star 2-3 times.
And now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. No, he tries to
I threw it to the wrong person. I had him open. I had R1 open. I rushed through it.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about
that was a rush throw.
And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's going to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. This is intercepted.
Threw it fucking too late.
By Deshaun Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety.
I threw it too fucking late.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs. And pretty much any play we see,
actually hit the button.
Excited about. But big plays,
that was my fault.
That's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
From midfield, here's Lance. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Lance again. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum. Because now they're reading the patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes.
Bad by me, bad by me.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Oh, that's a pick.
Oh, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Good job.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down.
Good job, D.
It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Uchenna Nwosu in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position now more than ever is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Locke's throw into the hands of Lockett. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2 yards left on second down from the 9. Now Locke. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game.
He's got a man, complete. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now the number 8 rusher in the NFL last season, it's Elijah Mitchell. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Lance. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to
That's
start
crazy.
this
They
third quarter,
I
get
should
a
have
nice
been
drive
it.
going,
Oh,
looking for
they
the
really
end
got me
zone.
on this motherfucker.
Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line. You know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up the defense.
What the?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Here's Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Javarius Ward and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be as the second half rolls along? So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Jason Myers now for the extra point.
They can't do that yet. They can't do that. They can't call it on no personal foul on that shit. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Well, if that happened, they gonna have to review every play for fouls. That'd be crazy.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance.
Oh, you was a pick!
Caught by Ayuk.
Oh, that was a pick.
It's a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance.
There you go. So I know you're going to try to get me in.
Seahawk defense. Quentin Jefferson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And if we go back to the
that was
last
a
series,
pick all day, and he messed me up.
Allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards.
He's down by contact.
To throw, it's Lance. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 30.
How, bro?
First down, here's Mitchell. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Thank you. I'm like, what?
Tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent.
Pick 6 is back, man.
He did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return.
Hey man, they still only down by a possession. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax.
The San Francisco offense ready to start.
They can, that's what I'm saying.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The Lance going to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 4. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Niners on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1. But this is 1st and 10 right now. Here's Lance. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
All the bullshit.
Joey Slice had a big night. Washington 10 points off the takeaways.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown of the new season.
Man, resort factory. Can make
to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Lance going to try to throw for this. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown.
Wow, he bumped my... Wow. Blocked my whole receiver. He was... I could straight grab my dude back. Oh, my dude hit me. My own dude smacked him. He was open. I'm so upset with that. Yeah, you just hold the line, but god damn, man.
The most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a manageable 2nd down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Oh, my O-line did that shit.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 32. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's a good call. You're going to hold somebody. Jonathan Allen is a good one to pick. Yeah, other than you say, if you're going to hold someone, make it a good one. Ready. He's down at 20.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they will touch it.
Ran right out the middle, and I still got grabbed.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Like, they still grabbed me. Like,
He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Got an open man, it's McLeod.
He's in front of him. Come on, y'all, in front of these niggas.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down as he gets us over the 17-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him.
I hate Madden, bro.
A little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
That's about to be gay. Come on. I want to shoot it for only.
Up the gun, McCaffrey. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Now Lance. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown.
Fucking ad catches, but it's cool. I'll take it. Fucking ad catches. Fucking ad catches, bro. It's such. Dude had great positioning, and they said, nah, he gets that over him. Fucking ad catches, bro.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him.
Fucking ad catch, bro.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and he'll come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is
Let's go, DK!
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
Oh, smoking a fruity pack, smoking a fruity pack. Oh my God.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that
Come on, defense. You just got to hold them down to this 3.
You think they go that route?
I'll hold him at all.
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue.
Well, I'm talking about me.
That's exactly what they'll look to do.
My game.
The beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Lance. Throw left side, complete to McLeod. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lance back to throw.
Good fucking shit.
He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here we go.
Desperation time here. Lance. He's going to let it fly.
We're going to take that. Stats, baby. That's game, baby.
And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
smoking that Philly pack. We're going to continue smoking that Philly pack right here, bro. We're going to get these first downs. Damn, he killed him on the time position. There you go, B-Rob. Get the clock rolling. Time out. That nigga look like he's sick. The head coach, boy, he got COVID. He always looks like they all look like they
That makes
bumper
me want to
line.
see a doctor get a vitamin C shot.
They all bumper line. Dude, that face mask is amazing. And then he fumbled. They had fumbled like 3 times. I felt like, man, it's been a gang of fumbles. We need one of these breakaway runs right here. B. Rob, we need you to break this one.